So wonderful to be here with you today. I'm Eden Amadora, for those that may not have met me yet. I'm really loving these Oracle office hours and happy to be here to share the guidance, the wisdom, the beauty of the divine feminine with you and our growing community. There is so much I want to share. I'd love to presence who's here. I'd love to see you if you're willing to put yourself on in the camera. It's really special. We have Anne all the way from Ireland. Lilani, welcome back. Moore Park. Lara from England. Welcome, Lara. Cara from Virginia. Oh, Noelle from Nevada. Antoinette, good to feel you, love. Are you on the camera? I'd love to see you. Let's see. Is she there? She's there. Yay. Long time no see. Sweet. Dana, good to feel you, love. Good to see you. I'm feeling, I was telling my beloved friend Alexis, who's here with me today, I'm a little like emotional or teary today. I'm just feeling a lot. So it's good that my heart's very open. It's giving me joy to feel you. Olga, welcome. We have Rosie from Detroit. Alexis is in Placerville. Olga from New York. Sylvia, Hopewell, Land, Central Ohio. Lynn and Leave. Oh, no, Lynn, is it you, Lynn, without leave today? From Portland. I'm going to see if it's a different Lynn. We want to honor the Lynns that are here. Hi. Yes. Okay. We're getting a lot of beloveds here from all over the world. This is so sweet. This is one of my favorite parts. Randy's frolicking with his new Andara crystal beaming in from the center of his heart from New York. Love it. Andrea, beloved, good to feel you, sister. Good to have you here from New York City. And Rodney from Oakland. So I am here in Pacheco Vale, Novato, the home of the Omi Omi tribe. This was a beautiful, flourishing land of the native people hundreds of years ago, and it's still full of turkey and deer and beauty. I feel very, very grateful to live where I do. And today we have something very special. I have my beloved friend here that's also a 13 moon priestess. She has been journeying with me for a very long time. I'm going to just pop you in for a second, Alexis, and then we'll come back. This is Alexis. Welcome, Alexis. So Alexis has been on this journey with me. I can add me too. Let's see if we can. Did I spotlight you? No, you're not here anymore. Let me bring you back. 1 second. Here we go. Here. Oh, I pinned somebody's video. Okay. Removing the pin. My tech stuff is really, one day I'll get my tech straight. I'm going to add Alexis. Here we are. Okay. So Alexis and I have been journeying on the path of the divine feminine mysteries. I've been in this work for 15 years. And Alexis, do you think it's been like 8 years, like 7 or 8 years now? We've really, been on this beautiful journey. And I invited Alexis because she stepped into apprenticeship a while ago, and she's training to do this work and spread this work. She's passionate about bringing this work to those all over who may not know about it, who may not feel they can afford it. She's a very wise woman. I love to say she's also embodying the archetype of Alethea, the goddess of truth, and a little bit of Athena, the goddess of wisdom. And I would say Pallas Athena's main thing is to not have to go to war because with wisdom, there's no need to fight. So Alexis has been working diligently to bring these programs to people who are drawn to the ways of the divine feminine, and especially around the moon, hollowing the moon, tracking the moon, and following the energies of the moon for manifestation. So, for those who've been a part of my community, I wanted to introduce Alexis because later this year, she's going to have a beautiful program for manifesting with the moon, sacred business for the divine feminine. And yeah, it's going to come through the Living Temple portal. And we're going to invite everyone to be a part of that community through Mighty Networks. So keep your eyes peeled for an email soon. So thank you for popping in. We'll come back together in a little while.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So, my loves, let's put a hand on our hearts and close our eyes for a moment as we do in these calls. You can put your other hand down on your power center under your navel and just take a few deep breaths with me. This is a precious time to come together in the one heart, to actually drop in to our feeling body and to the deeper knowing of our heart. And as you bring this hand of light and give it a little energy over your precious heart, just feeling into your desire, your true heart's desire, the dream, the longing, the prayer of your heart. And perhaps it's enough to simply just feel your own precious heart and just say hello. You know, this is good for us. It releases oxytocin. It's a very calming, happy chemical. So as you breathe and hold your heart, you're already down regulating your nervous system. Lean a little bit more into your back body. And as you hold your precious self, I'd like to invite you to imagine the Divine Mother embracing you. She is here with us always. And you can imagine this warm, unconditional embrace, her hands coming through your hands. And her message, so simply, is there is nothing you must do to make me love you. There is nothing you can do to make me not love you. I simply love you. I simply love you. Just breathe for a moment and just receive that in your busy day. Allow yourself to release some of the contraction in your nervous system, to feel the energy grounding you, to be loved where you are. Nothing to fix, nothing to change, nothing to do is so relaxing. And just feeling the energy relaxing all the way down to your root chakra, this red root. The Divine Mother in the Mystery School, her color is deep, deep red, burgundy red. So feeling the root and all the fight and flight for a moment, just relax. Just imagine how we would respond out in the world from this relaxation. It's the end of war. It's the end of victim perpetrator when we're completely relaxed and not coming from reactivity. How would love respond? What would love say? What would love do? This is my invitation for us to keep coming back to the heart, to the belly, relaxing the root in this world that can be very stressful. One more deep, deep breath. Nice sigh. And we open our eyes together. I bow to you. I bow to you, beloveds. Thank you for choosing to come into the heart today and to temple. And if you resonate with this temple and you resonate with the divine feminine principle, I'd like to deepen you a little bit more with something I read that reminded me of an ancient prophecy. Many of us have heard the prophecy of the eagle and the condor. What I didn't know when I recently read this and deepened with it is that the eagle is a symbol and a metaphor, not just for the kind of northern, more colonial consciousness. In this prophecy, the eagle was a symbol for the mental body and the more what we'd call masculine energy of creation. And the eagle's way has come into kind of the height of its power, the Industrial Revolution, technology, our mental advances in science. And the eagle has been flying so strong. And what in this particular prophecy, the condor represents is the natural wisdom way, the way of the earth, the way of the feminine, the way of feelings and emotions, the way of interconnectedness. And as we know from the world we live in, the eagle that's been flying so strongly and dominating has overshadowed the condor quite a bit. And now is a time where the condor must rise to fly in tandem with the eagle. The eagle and the condor in tandem will fly. If we open to the divine feminine principle, if we remember this balance within. So the metaphor and the symbol of this prophecy is that they fly together within us, the mind and the heart, the mind and the heart. So we're being invited to, sometimes a shamanic teacher I had would say, give our minds to our hearts to find that balance, to give that way that we perceive ourselves sometimes very left-brained, to merge with that more right-brained and heart-centered, coherent consciousness. So this is the invitation of the divine feminine, to give your mind to your heart more and more, to find that balance. And I know many of you are resonating with this invitation to bring balance into your lives. I want to remind you that this February 1st is an opportunity to come deeper into the divine feminine mysteries with us. For 13 weeks, we will embody her love, embody her wisdom, embody these archetypes. We've been playing with the different faces of the mother. It's not a mental process, it's a heart-based process of feeling and integrating. That's the alchemy. So I'd like to remind you about Enter the Temple, starting February 1st. There's a wonderful opportunity to journey with us. I know many of you have gotten to feel some of this beauty in temple work with me. And this is another opportunity to step in that isn't quite that huge commitment of the year-long training. So follow the link for Enter the Temple. And I'd love to be with you soon there. All right, my loves, before you came, I did our collective pull. I pulled a card for the collective before we even began today, and Alexis was commenting, you completely match your card. This is our collective card today. It is the Goddess of Compassion. Look how beautiful she is, sitting with these mudras, the mudra of Tara, the Tara mudra. You'll notice, and you can do this mudra with me and with her, as we drop she's so beautiful, I'll show you again, but just trying it with me for a moment. It's reversed because she's a photo, but as you cup your left hand, you're receiving in the feminine. Receiving, I surrender and receive this open receptivity. You can do this with me. And then the right hand is the Vajra mudra of diamond mind clarity. It's piercing through illusion, and it's lightly pressing. And you often see Buddhas like this, or statues of Kuan Yin or Tara. And it's a way of stepping through the illusion, stepping through fear. And where fear was, nothing remains, and we stay open. And what does this have to do with compassion? Well, compassion is one of the highest frequencies you can embody. We have a lot of misperceptions about what compassion is. Compassion is not just empathy. Empathy is healthy and good. To feel each other deeply is a beautiful gift, empathy. But compassion is a rarefied, crystalline, clear frequency. It knows that's theirs and this is mine, where the empathic channel can sometimes merge with another's suffering. Compassion is definitely not pity. You're not separating from the person. You can hear calm passion. Calm means with. I am with you, with the fire of my heart. I feel you deeply. I don't pity you. I don't see you separate than me. I don't judge you. Compassion is the antidote to judgment. Compassion says, I am another you. I have been there. I know this place. I am not there now. And I see you in your essence. I see you clearly as a being of beauty and power and strength, even though you are suffering, even though you may even have a strong story. I don't collude with your story. Compassion is not even, it's not simply sympathy. Sympathy is, I'm with you in your story, sympathetic to you. No, compassion is clear, crystalline. It shatters illusion. It is connected to the violet ray, to the highest rarefied frequency in the 7 rays. Kuan Yin, Master, Avatar, Ascended Master, Kuan Yin, Saint Germain, they reside in that realm of the violet ray. And this is here for us to call upon, to purify, to clarify old stuck energies, dense stories in our minds. Compassion is powerful. And the goddess of compassion came for us today as our collective reading to remind us that sometimes the most challenging one to find compassion towards is yourself, is ourselves. So many of us who identify as light workers, way showers, lamp lifters, we want to be of service. We want to reach out there and do something to change the world. The goddess of compassion is lifting the veils on this even being possible before you have compassion for yourself. You must love, forgive, trust, and honor the self to raise your frequency. That is what all the mystery school work is about, alchemy. Alchemy is simply the raising of frequency. Until we raise our own frequency, we don't raise our own compassion level, our own love level. And then it is superficial, it's lip service. Your frequency is the most important thing. So the goddess of compassion is here today for you to say, give it to yourself, beloved. Give yourself that gift of freedom. Forgiveness is freedom. Let yourself off the hook. Compassion. Blessed be to the goddess of compassion for the one. As I ring the Tibetan bowl, let it ripple out for the one heart, for compassion, for us all, for the collective heart of humanity. Beautiful. What a great card. I'm thinking that before we do our individual readings, we should give a little tutorial about how to raise your hand. So there's another reaction button at the bottom with the arrow that has a little hand high that, especially if you're new, I would love to read for you first. I'm gonna bring Alexis back on with me for a moment before we start our individual readings. I thought it would be fun just to hear from your heart. I know that you're going through a pretty challenging time. And I know that we talked about, like, we've been doing this work for a long time. It's not that the challenges stop. It's not that the initiations ever end. Life is the initiation. It's how we meet them, how we meet the initiations. Is there anything that you could share either about compassion or how this work has been supporting you in your life in this time?
Yeah, thank you for asking me that. Um, Honestly, I'm just so grateful for the sisterhood right now. Like to really just have this group of people who love me so much and see me in the light and hold me in the light and really just reflect, um, sometimes reflect things in me that are challenging that I could be called to change, but mostly reflect the brightest parts of me that sometimes I personally have trouble seeing in myself when I'm in like a, self-critical place or something. And so I am so grateful to have this group, especially navigating these initiations. And yesterday I was driving and crying and just sharing this out loud to myself. I'm so grateful for, it seems like often, even when the times are hard, that like in my family times are hard right now, and it seems like in some ways people are get mean in the same time when things are getting hard. And so it makes it extra hard relationally and just and so to be able to have this group to sort of lean into and the work also to lean into has really allowed me to like have support for one, but also remember that the reason that they're being mean is because it is hard for them right now, actually. And so it's just the desire of my heart to be able to meet this way that they are showing up with more compassion and to really just like own whatever parts that in any way conscious or unconscious that I may be also acting, and just totally own in self-responsibility any ways that I have been unkind myself, and just to show up with unconditional love no matter what for the people in my family that I love, no matter what they say or how do they treat me or what they're going through, and presence peace.
I so witness you and how you've come so far since I first met you in stepping out of any feelings of victimization into compassion. Things that used to just you would collapse in pain. Now it's like you're not even taking it personally. You're just able to see they're suffering. And that's
Yeah.
freedom. That's massive. So
Yeah.
I just bow to that. And then something you said about the sisterhood, I was catching this great clip with a scientist, a woman that said, why do women generally live longer than men? And we love you, our brothers. We want you to live as long as us. And she said that there's an extra chemical, an extra hormone where we all have the fight, flight, freeze response with stress. Women have a tend and befriend hormone, that we're natural nurturers and caretakers. And she was going on to say, like, often when men are really in pain, they don't naturally reach out to call their brother. They're like, I got this. I'm going in the cave. Women are like, I need to call Alexis. I need to call Charlotte. I need to like be witnessed. And women live longer when they gather, when they tend and befriend and hold each other. We heal together, we raise our frequency together. It is science and it is crucial. We can become so isolated nowadays in our little devices, but when we're together and we share, there is like a flooding of those good hormones that actually heal our bodies. So I know many of you have been in the circles and temples with me and Alexis, and the witnessing is healing in itself, just being witnessed and being able to witness others and feel, oh my God, that's medicine for me. It's powerful. So I totally second what you say about sisterhood. And men can join the Enter the Temple, definitely. This is for everybody. It's not exclusive. And these temples traditionally have been mostly women. There's men now that are awakening to this desire to come into balance in their divine feminine, to honor the goddess within. It is based on divine feminine embodiment practices. So if you're called to that in a male body, I would say, yes, this is for you too. We have our beautiful brother Argon, who is such a gift and a treasure to be in circle with. We're all totally blessed by him. And many women have been healing their wounds with the masculine because he's a safe and compassionate masculine embodiment to do this work with. So, yay. Is there anything else you would like to say, Alexis, about Enter the Temple? We're going to be together in that. Is there anything you would
Yeah,
share?
I'm also just really excited for this program to be able to go through all of the archetypes. Um it's a much I know we were doing all of the interviews and everything, and it's just this way it's much more affordable for people. And I don't know if all of you are feeling the financial situation right now, but I just have been really hearing from people that it's a challenging time in that way. And so it just really feels good in my heart to make it more accessible. So I feel really great about that.
And many of the people we were interviewing and on the applications were asking for scholarships, and they were saying, do you have anything shorter? This is a lot of a commitment. So we decided to create Enter the Temple. And Kim has just popped it into the chat for you.
And
So
I do want to say thank you for moving the Oracle office hours to this time, which meant that I could come for one. I've been watching on replay every single week and I couldn't come in until noon. And this is the time that the actual program is. So if you can come right now, this is the time that it's going to be. So you can come.
okay, that's right. Oh, and Sarah's here. Yay. Okay, thank you so much, Alexis. I'm so glad you could be here, and I hope that I know you said, "Oh, this is the other thing I wanted you to share about." Okay. Alexis shared with me, like hundreds of other people that are catching the replay on the live. She's like, I'm not able to ask for a card, so I'm going to make each card about a different part of my life. You want to share more about how you do it? I think this is
Yeah. So first off, if you're watching this on replay right now, hi, we see you too. I know that has been me for weeks and weeks and weeks. So, um, if you're doing this live, you could do this too. Basically, I do feel that I resonate with the medicine that different beings who have been receiving cards, I can resonate with pretty much all of that. And so for myself, I've just been naming like, okay, this card that she's pulling, this is for my love life, or okay, this card she's pulling, this one's about money for me, or whatever it is that's up. And so that way I feel like the whole reading is actually for me, and I'm just choosing before I see the card what it's going to be about for
That's
me.
awesome. That's a great guidance for people. So you can all do it here live. And for those on the replay, I think that's a great idea. And we've talked about how archetypal energy is such powerful collective medicine. So it's not so specific. Like some people will get goosebumps and they'll know, oh, that was my medicine. That's totally for me. Yeah. Thank you, Alexis. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming today. It's good to see you. I'm glad you could make it. All right. Here we go. It's time. It's time for our individual readings. It's time for you to raise your hand, especially if you're new. I always love being able to offer people. I see Marilyn's hand. Marilyn, I would love to read for you. I'm wondering if you need to stay behind the scenes or can you turn your video? You want to just be audio? Let me ask you to unmute. Can you unmute? Hello?
Hello there, Eden.
Hi, Marilyn. Do you want to stay just audio today?
Well, yeah, my video is not hooked up. I have a separate camera that Yeah.
Okay, let's do it audio and remind me where you're beaming in from. Oh, Beaverton, Oregon. I see.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Do you have any beavers there? I know Alexis's spirit animal is beaver. That would be
Oh, yes. We have lots of creeks, and the beavers do make their homes along the creeks.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I live about half a mile from a wetlands area.
Oh, beautiful. All right, love, I'm shuffling the cards for you. Put a hand on your heart and just feel into some area of your life you're really desiring guidance from the divine feminine wisdom around. Let's pick your card. I'm going to fan the cards and then I'll go pretty slow, but speak up loud and clear when you're ready for me to stop, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
That's good there.
All right. Let's see. Will you get a goddess, a tool, or a sacred geometry? You got a tool, a powerful tool. She's back. This primal goddess energy was a really big theme last week. The primal goddess, Marilyn, is all about freedom. And this is her tool of lightning. A lot of the other tools you can hold in your hand, this you can't hold that in your hand. This is like going to illuminate and catalyze big changes in your life when you open to the power of your own Shakti, life force energy. It brings back health, it brings back vitality, it brings creativity into your life. And she's saying it's time to catalyze. It's like, when lightning flashes, everything you can see for a long distance at night when lightning flashes. It's like clarifying too. So I also love the fact someone was just sharing that lightning is so mysterious because the ions, the air, the molecules in the air, they are completely gone, and then the sky slams back together, and that's what makes thunder. So, wow, power. This is power. The wild goddess, the primal goddess says, I fuel, I consume. And I think of her like a forest fire sometimes. It's like Pele, even, where you can harness that energy and create new lands, new life. You can use the old dross, meaning like outdated patterns, and feel them deeply and feel the alchemy and say, enough of this. I'm going to consume it for lunch, and use that passion to change your life through this catalytic fire.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And if this was resonating with others here and on the replay, it's for you too. Just feel where that is medicine for you. Hail to the primal goddess, shaking it up, keeping us alive in our Shakti fire. Blessed be. Thank you, Marilyn. Nice
Thank
to meet you.
you.
Lovely. All right, Miss Dana, I would love to bring you on with me. Yay. Let
Hi.
me add you. Hi, honey. Good to see you.
You.
Yay. You're familiar with these archetypes. We've gone through the Sun Heart initiation with them, many of them. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so glad you're here.
Thank
Feels
you. Yeah.
so good to have you back in temple, even a brief little one.
Good to see you and Alexis, of course.
Yeah. So maybe put a hand on your heart and just tune into your precious life and open and receive. We're going to feel which part of this beautiful pantheon of goddesses, her embodiment, her tool, or her sacred geometry, which is a frequency, might support your journey right now. I'm I'm going to make myself bigger and then I'll bring you right back in. Stay unmuted. Okay. Okay. Ready?
Mhm.
All right, here we go.
Can stop. Yeah.
Back? Okay. Woo! Love it. Look what you got. You got the Weaver Dreamer. The three faces, these mystical sisters that represent the spinner, the measurer, and the cutter. And the Weaver Dreamer is one of the most magical, mystical of all the 13 moon archetypes. They're literally bending time and consciousness at will through weaving new dreams, new stories. So I'm going to bring you back in, and we'll deepen with her a little bit. So the Weaver Dreamer always invites you to look at life like this. You are a myth maker. Your life is the myth. Are you happy with the story you've been writing, directing, producing, and acting in, and the casting director thus far? Or if not, what would you change? Would you spin a new tale? Would you set appropriate boundaries? Or give a little bit more energy to this and a little less to that? That's the measure. Or would you cut some scenes out, some characters, so that your life force is really potent for the bigger dream, the bigger story, your mythic story, your archetypal story? As you embody her, you step into this creative power. Is that resonating for you?
Absolutely. Yeah. All three faces.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes. I dream, I connect. So deepening with her, I would invite you to, if you don't already, start to keep a journal near your bed.
Mhm.
Write down, or, I don't want my phone right next to my bed. Some people will like voice memo their dream right away, and start really listening to the dream time, because Weaver Dreamer is all about becoming that lucid thread in the collective dream, whether you're sleeping or awake, starting to get more in touch with the symbolic universe for guidance in your life.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, yay. Great
Yeah.
to see you, love.
You too.
Wonderful. Let's ring the bowl for the Weaver Dreamer, for the one. Good medicine. Did anybody else feel that, or any of these cards so far? I'm just going to tune into the chat. Let's see if people are feeling it. Therese was feeling the goddess of compassion, rarefied energy. Yes, compassion, the violet ray. Yes. Ah, wonderful. Z is asking, yes, you may have a reading, and Olga, and they both resonated. Beautiful. So I have lots of hands here. Let's see, who has not had a reading before? In the little videos, if you haven't received a reading before, wave your hand. Jeanette, Olga, beautiful. Rosie, yeah, okay, wonderful. We're going to start with Jeanette. Here we go. I'm going to ask you to unmute. See if you can do that.
Yes.
All right. Hi.
Hello. It's my
Hello.
first time here. It's a friend who invited me.
Wonderful. Who invited you?
Noelle
Oh,
Lacey.
yeah. Are you up in Canada too?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
welcome.
Not far from her.
Yeah, I hear your beautiful accent. It's French
Thank you.
Canadian. Yeah.
Yes.
I like your ohm. It's beautiful.
Thank you. It's a friend who made it for me in
Love.
wood.
So I'm shuffling the cards for you, and I would just invite you to take a moment, maybe put a hand on your heart, just feel into your life right now, feel into the different areas that you might wish for some direct guidance from the goddess, to receive her archetypal wisdom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself bigger, and then I'll bring you back in with me, but stay unmuted so that you can let me know when you want your card to be drawn. All right. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
No, the third one. Third, well,
One back.
yes,
That
this one.
Okay.
I kind of
Woo!
heard three in my mind, but
We're
yeah.
deepening with the last card. You got the sacred loom of the Weaver Dreamer.
Wow.
So that last reading was also probably good medicine for you, Jeanette. I would
Yes.
think that it might have resonated a lot because she came right back. And this is the spider that is on this light web. And for you to feel, am I the spider able to move with ease and grace on the web of my creations, on the web of my life? Or am I tangled up in somebody else's movie direction or web, right? Like the fly. So the Weaver Dreamer helps us to step into more sovereignty, more freedom when we are the weaver of our own web and we're not allowing others to enroll us like a spider wrapping a fly in its web, enroll us into their beliefs, have tos, musts, shoulds, movie direction, projection. So look at your life where you can step out of those projections of others and really trust your own light web, your own lucid thread, and follow that more than ever.
Wow. That's so resonating and true and kind of a quest almost.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
That's freedom. That's
Yes.
sovereignty. When we're no longer caught up in what my mom thinks I need to do, or my husband, or my neighbor, or any of the peanut gallery at all. It's freedom. This is it.
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful.
Amazing. Thank you.
So glad it resonated. Beautiful. Nice to meet you. Bye.
Same here. Bye.
Let's ring the bowl to the Weaver Dreamer again and the light loom we weave consciously. Blessed be. Good, fun, juicy. Yay. All right, Olga, love to meet you. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Wonderful. Can you remind me where you said you're from?
New York,
New York. What part of, are you in the state or the city itself?
Manhattan.
Manhattan. That's a happening town. I lasted about a year. About a year was all I could take. It's a lot of energy. So let's see which goddess might help you navigate Manhattan really masterfully, staying in your feminine, staying in your heart. All right, I'm gonna take you away and bring you back in a moment so you can see the cards bigger. All right. Ready, Olga?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
This one.
Ooh, sweet. Do you remember the very beginning of the call where the Divine Mother was holding us in her unconditional embrace?
Yes.
There she is. Just take in that beauty. Take in the sacred geometry, the color frequency. That is the medicine for you right now, love. I'm going to bring you back on. And for everyone that's really feeling that deeply, the Divine Mother's unconditional embrace is inviting us to surrender, to receive, and just maybe put a hand back on your sweetheart and just feel into this two phrases. I surrender, I receive. I surrender, I receive. You can even say it and feel it. I surrender.
Surrender and receive.
I receive. Yeah. And you can feel the connection as we're invited to release the grip of control, the grip of the mind, to come into the heart and the listening. Surrender is not a passive collapsing, it is a responsive listening and responding to the divine directive. Surrender is wakeful. It's still soft and open, it's receptive. And when we practice that more and more, our life begins to open up and flow in grace and miracles. And for all of us to really consider that receiving is a great act of generosity. And to surrender and receive is to release control. It's to release control. So Great Mother is inviting you to let her hold you more in your life, to breathe and release and relax and feel more of your feminine. Yeah, I feel you really feeling that deeply. It's resonating, huh? Yeah, for your precious life, your heart right now. You are held, you are loved.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Unconditional embrace. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. It was so sweet to see you receiving like that so deeply. For the one heart, the Great Mother's love is for everyone, everyone. Blessed be, blessed be. So, Z, are you able to put your camera on? I don't know if you can. I'm gonna read for Rosie first, and then I'll unmute you and see if you can come. Rosie, you ready? Can you unmute?
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Good. Are you able to pull over and be safe and park, or are you?
I'm parked right now. I'm not driving.
Oh, good. Okay. Yay. Where are you beaming in from?
Detroit, Michigan.
Awesome. Love it. Beaming the goddess through in Detroit. Yes. I can just feel compared to here, like the sky and the temperature, and from your hat, it's chilly.
It's very cold.
Aw, wonderful. Okay, feel your precious heart and your life right now, and I'm gonna make myself bigger and fan the cards for you to see well, and then I'll bring you right back in. And can you still stay unmuted so I can hear you? Let's see if I can hear you, Rosie. The line might have dropped a little bit. Rosie, can you say something?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay.
All right, can you see the cards well?
Yes.
All right, here we go. You tell me when. Here we go. I'm trying to get them more even so you can really get a feeling. Okay. All right.
There. Yep.
Oh, you got the same exact card after I shuffled. So that's definitely medicine for you. But let's pull one more. This happens sometimes. It's really like these archetypes are talking loud. Okay, so we're going to pull one more that's going to be a little bit of guidance how to embody that. How to embody that more surrendered feminine embrace. Okay. All right, here we go.
That one.
That one? There's like
Yeah.
so many together here. Oh boy. All right. You got another face of the goddess, and she's a very, very powerful one. Very strong, very beautiful, lesser known archetype. You know, Persephone, Inanna, they resonate in this archetypal frequency. The Queen of Death says sometimes you need to trust and release and go down into the underworld, meaning the subconscious, the quiet, the stillness, to either compost something that doesn't serve you or to resurrect your divine child innocence again, the essence of your being, bring it back to the light. So there's many myths of descent and resurrection in collective consciousness. And this archetype of the Queen of Death is saying, instead of fearing the stillness, the silence, the darkness, the unknown, you're invited to trust and release into that shavasana, into that non-doing, into that still point. I'm going to bring you back in so I can see you better. Yeah. And for all of us who are busy, busy, busy in a man's world, push, push, go, she's inviting that deep feminine magic that happens like the fallow field. You know, from there in Michigan, when it's all frozen, it doesn't look like it's alive, but under the surface, the seeds are germinating. And there's heat and alchemy and magic that's bringing new life for the next cycle of growth. So because you pulled the embrace and then the Queen of Death, they nestle into each other in the wheel of archetypes. After we let go, there's birth again. Always. There's a new. The Great Mother gives birth to the new phase after the Queen of Death releases what doesn't serve. So I would say there's something in your life that's asking for composting so you can truly birth that which is essence, aligned really for you.
That makes a lot of sense. They both resonated with me. That's funny.
That's good. And they go together in a really beautiful way. So yeah, she's coming to say before you can be that like either newborn divine child that the Great Mother's holding in that embrace, there's some releasing, some composting, some trusting that you're held even as you release.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're with you in that releasing what no longer serves for the one. Yay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome. Let's ring the bowl for the beauty of the Queen of Death, who, you know, our culture fears death. We don't have a lot of rituals of release. We don't have a lot of grief rituals. Death is part of life. It's constant, never-ending change. That's the Divine Mother's wisdom. Change is the constant. We have time for one more. Z, it's you. Can you unmute?
Yes.
Hello?
Hi. Can you see me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll bring you on now. Hi, it's a little dark, but I see you. I feel you.
Okay. I'm sorry to
There you are. Much better. Yay.
yeah, I just wanted to know, is it possible that I could, get the card about feeling worthy of surrendering? Because it just feels like there is a resistance somewhere, and it feels like it's coming from my inner child. So, I just really want to release that and really get breastfed by the Divine Mother.
Oh, I love that image. Yes, milk and honey of the Divine Mother. Right. So the inner child, it's interesting. There's the divine child, which is totally doing great. Like no matter what's ever happened to you, like you can put a hand on your heart chakra and feel into the center of your sacred heart. There's like that jewel in the center, the lotus is the essence for us, where no matter what this world has ever done to us, no matter what anyone said to us, how hurt we've been, no matter what darkness we've experienced, that cannot be corrupted. That
Oh.
jewel is incorruptible. That's the divine
Mm.
child, right? So we come back to remember that, and then we do the deep alchemy for the wounded child, for the little one that was conditioned and imprinted with so many messages other than unconditional love. Our little girls and little boys who weren't held unconditionally. And now we embody the divine mama, and we hold them. And it's like channeling her and saying, I've got you, baby girl. I've got you. Now we're going to listen. We're going to do things differently. Even though you weren't attuned to, even though it wasn't safe, you are precious. You are worthy. You've always been worthy. You've always been worthy. So thank you for asking, because you're not alone. This is medicine for the one right now. There are so many of us that are holding deep trauma, deep, deep pain from our childhoods. And, we're needing to remother ourselves and lean into the divine mother more than ever. So let's pick one more card for you to complete this beautiful call that will be medicine for you, guidance for you how to do that, what else might serve that, and for the one.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. I'm shuffling the cards for everyone, for you, but we know it's collective medicine. All right, here we go. I'm going to make me bigger, and then I'll pop you back in. Stay unmuted. Okay. All right. So how can we help nurture those precious beings that they never leave us? Our bodies get bigger. We might think we're adulting and getting smarter, but kids are geniuses. We knew what was up. We knew.
Absolutely. Our intuition is there for a reason. Absolutely. So I want to pick the most middle card. So the card that's in the very middle. Yes, that's got to be the middle one then.
Ooh. All right. You got a frequency card.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Whoa. That is amazing. It looks like a peacock feather.
Yeah, it's got a lot of that rainbow chatoyance. It's got a lot of movement. It's like spiraling, and it's alive with electricity and energy. And even though it says it's the frequency of black, this takes us back to that beautiful card, that Persephone card, the Queen of Deaths. This is her sacred geometry. And, in the Divine Mother, the pentagram is a sacred and holy shape. It's been distorted in society. It's been inverted to mean something scary, but it's power of the divine feminine. It's beauty. It's inherent in nature. And when you spin the 5-pointed star, it becomes the Fibonacci sequence, the 5 spiral. So that's why it's spiraling like this. And the unknown is inviting you back into that trust and that release again. So for your wounded child, your little girl that wasn't, attuned to, held unconditionally, guided with like presence and love. This is that, even though it's unknown, even though that feels like it's somewhere out there where I can find that deep worth and that deep feeling of security, it's in the center of your heart. And it's asking you to come back into that stillness, into that silence, daily short moments. Even if you're not a big, like, I'm going to meditate for an hour, it's like 3 connected breaths. I am here now. I feel my heart. I feel my worth. I feel my breath. I am here now.
I'm here now.
Yeah.
Wow. That is reinvigorating. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Woo.
that is so huge. The Fibonacci sequence is used in the stock market, so that was an excellent confirmation for me.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're so welcome, Z. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome. All right. For the one, this journey of integration, of alchemy, it's not a linear, quick, one-shot pop. It's that spiral. It's that beauty of the spiral, the golden mean spiral, the rose symmetry of our hearts, the petals of our hearts opening, spiraling open to more of our essence light coming through. Remember wholeness. I'm going to ding to that. And you know what I'm going to do to end this call? I really want to lift my chalice for everyone. We have gone so deep today, and we have felt so much and remembered together. So let's drink of these waters of remembrance. Alchemize anything less than love. Drink of the waters of remembrance. Transfiguration through grace. And if you have water or tea or later, just take a moment. Oh, blessed be to the waters. So beautiful today, so sweet to be with you all. I'm going to put you in gallery view before we sign off. I bow to you, send you so much love. I look forward to being with you again soon. We're going to do one more Oracle office hours next week at noon, and then we begin. Enter the temple. I'd love to have you with me. I'd love to be with you in the mystery again and go even deeper. I don't know if you've been considering it, if you've been on the fence, jump in. It would be so delightful. Only love, everyone. Bye for now.